Hey, can we talk for a second? I have something important to discuss. Answer your phone. I'm sorry, I'm at work right now. If it's not urgent, can we talk later? What? Ignoring your mother-in-law just because you're at work? What's that supposed to mean? I'm not trying to ignore you, but I'm in the middle of an important meeting right now. What important meeting could someone like you possibly have? You're just a low-level employee. Well, actually, I'm not exactly a low-level employee. Whatever. If you're a daughter-in-law, you should prioritize your mother-in-law first. If you can't do that, you're a failure as a wife. So what did you want to talk about? We're having a family gathering this Sunday, so I need you to prepare the food. My kids and their families are coming from out of town, so make sure there's plenty of good food. You mean you'll be helping me prepare, right? Of course not, silly. Wait, are you saying I have to do all of it by myself? Obviously. You're the daughter-in-law after all. It's your responsibility. But... Oh, and there will be little kids too, so make sure you prepare dishes for both adults and children. And don't forget about the food allergies. Some of the kids have them. Wait a minute. Handling all of that by myself is impossible. Stop being so selfish. I've made food for this family all by myself for years. You can do it too. But I'm not a stay-at-home mom like you. I also have a job, so I don't have that much time. There you go again, using work as an excuse. Family comes first, not your job. If you start preparing the day before, you'll manage. But I have to work on Saturday too. There's no way I can make everything from scratch. So can I at least order some food? Absolutely not. No shortcuts. So you're saying I should skip work? It's not like your job is that important. Missing one day won't make a difference. If I don't go, it'll cause problems for the entire company. Oh, please. Who are you trying to fool? So what? You want me to help? If you don't, I really won't be able to manage. Ugh. Unbelievable. You're trying to make me, your mother-in-law, do the work for you? Well, isn't it you who's trying to make me do all the work? How dare you talk back to me? If you can't follow my orders, I'll make sure my son divorces you. What? Divorce? Obviously. My son must regret marrying someone as useless as you. I don't think that's the case. Listen, you'd better have a homemade meal ready tomorrow to impress the family. If you cut corners, it won't just be me. You'll embarrass him too. Fine, I understand. Janet! You worthless daughter-in-law! What? What's wrong? I just saw you in the corner of the room a minute ago, but now you've disappeared. Everyone's here for the family gathering, and you're nowhere to be found. Where did you go? I checked the kitchen and you're not there either. Get back here right now. I'm sorry, but can I come back in a little while? What? What are you talking about? We're out of alcohol. Hurry up and bring some more over here. Can't you get it yourself or ask someone else? I'm really tired and need to rest. Tired? Who gave you permission to rest? Well, I didn't think I needed permission to take a break. I made all the food by myself and I'm exhausted. Besides, everyone told me I was doing too much and that I should take a break. Everyone? Who's everyone? You know, the relatives who are here. I don't recall giving you permission. Just get back here now. You're a worthless piece of trash who can't even have kids. So the least you can do is work for me. What did you just say? What? You heard me. I'm just stating the facts. I am perfectly capable of having children, and I don't think it's fair to call me worthless just because we haven't had any yet. It's been 5 years since you got married, and you still don't have kids. That's as good as being infertile. What are you getting mad about? I'm just doing you a favor by giving you some honest advice. You should be thanking me. How could I possibly be thankful for such cruel words? Cruel? What's cruel about it? Like I said, I'm just telling the truth. Here you are at a family gathering, and you're not even doing any work. That is what kind of daughter-in-law you are. I've been working nonstop all day. Well, it's not enough. In fact, the one who hasn't been doing any work is you. You've just been sitting there like a queen, bossing everyone around, and you haven't lifted a finger. So what if I am? What do you mean, so what? I have every right to give orders. I'm the one in charge here. How can you say that? I've given birth to 6 children, you know. I built this family. And what about you? You're just a childless leech with no productivity. I can't believe he chose a woman like you. How could you say something so awful? Awful? What's awful about it? Like I said, I'm just telling the truth. Don't you get it? A woman's worth is measured by the number of children she has. If you can't have kids, you're worthless. You have no value at all. So stop talking back to me, you worthless trash. Enough is enough. No, it's you who should be done. I told you to get back here. But not only can you not have children, you can't even follow simple instructions. This is what I get for a daughter-in-law. Just pathetic. Get back here right now and apologize. Get on your knees and say, I'm sorry I can't have kids, and I'm sorry for taking a break. I'll do my best to be useful to you from now on. Please forgive me. If you do that, I might consider accepting you as part of this family. Why do you have to go that far? What? Do you have a problem with that? You should be grateful I'm even tolerating you. A loser like you should be begging on your knees. If you don't like it, you can just leave. We don't need a defective daughter-in-law who can't have kids. Get out of my sight. Fine, I'll leave. But are you sure that's what you want? What do you mean, am I sure? Of course I'm sure. Can't you imagine how tiring it is to have to constantly see trash in front of me? So, I'm the trash? Who else would it be if not you? But I have to say I'm impressed. Usually, trash has to be thrown out. But in your case, you're the kind of trash that disposes of itself. I guess that's something I can appreciate. Is that so? Goodbye then. Yeah, goodbye. Forever. Hey, are you okay? I've been looking for you, but I can't find you anywhere. Are you hiding in the bathroom or something? Sorry, I'm upstairs in the bedroom. What? The bedroom? I was thinking of bringing you something to drink. Are you all right? If you're not feeling well, don't push yourself. You always push yourself too hard. Thanks. I'm physically fine, but I feel absolutely terrible. Terrible? Like, are you feeling sick? Not that kind of terrible. I'm boiling with anger. Oh no, I feel like I'm going to lose my mind. What happened? Did my mom do something? Bingo. She just never changes, does she? I'm sorry. I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm sure it's 100% her fault. I really apologize. Ha! It must be bad if even her own son is saying that. She really is hopeless, isn't she?
She's been like that since forever.
Really?
Yeah. She's always been someone who insists on having things her way. When I was in elementary school, I brought a friend over, and she suddenly got mad. She yelled at my friend for not taking off his shoes properly, or for not saying hello loud enough. After that, he never came over again.
That must have been tough.
She could have just gently corrected him, but she always yells when she's upset. Even when I applied to college, she freaked out because I didn't apply to the one she wanted. If it weren't for Dad convincing her, I wouldn't have been able to go to college. And even now, she sometimes brings it up and nags about it.
Your mom just can't stand it when things don't go her way, huh?
Exactly. When my brother first brought his girlfriend home, it turned into a huge ordeal.
What happened?
Mom asked all sorts of personal questions about her family, and ended up making her cry right there. Apparently, she didn't like that the girl was from a single-parent household. She actually told her that their family background wasn't good enough for marriage.
That's horrible.
My brother ended up breaking up with her after that. Mom always thought she was right, and never considered how it affected others.
Hearing all this, I'm starting to understand your mom a bit more.
I'm really sorry.
Thank you.
What?
I feel a little bit better now.
Really? I'm glad, but... So what did my mom do to you?
It's hard to explain, so I'll send you a screenshot.
Okay. No, this is just too much. This is beyond cruel.
Right? It's common to hear about mothers-in-law being tough on their daughters-in-law, but your mom takes it to a whole new level.
I'm really sorry.
It's not your fault. You warned me before we got married. You told me that your mom could be difficult, and that if I married you, I might have to deal with some unpleasant situations. But I still wanted to marry you despite knowing that. With a mother like that, it's understandable to hesitate about marriage.
I'm truly deeply sorry.
Stop apologizing. You could have kept it hidden before we got married. But you were honest with me, and that's something I really admire about you.
Thank you.
It's amazing how you turned out to be such a good person despite having a mother like that.
Or maybe it's because of her.
Ha! A reverse role model, huh?
Exactly.
But what should I do? I really don't want to have anything to do with her anymore, so...
I understand.
What are you going to do?
What do you mean, what am I going to do?
Well, I want to cut ties with her and never have anything to do with her again. I know it's not fair to ask you this, but whose side are you on? Mine or hers?
What? What are you talking about? Isn't it obvious?
Oh, right. Even though she's difficult, she's still your mom.
No. It's the opposite.
Huh?
Of course I'm on your side. Hey, worthless daughter-in-law. Don't you dare ignore me.
Seriously? Calling me a worthless daughter-in-law in the middle of my workday?
What's wrong with calling trash exactly what it is?
So, what do you want?
I haven't received this month's money from anyone. When I yelled at them, they all said they were cutting ties with me. How did it come to this?
I don't know. Maybe it's your charming personality?
What do you mean, my personality?
I mean, your tendency to scream at the very people who are supporting you financially might be the problem.
Don't you dare talk back to me. I'm their mother. I gave birth to them. Sending me money is their duty. If they fail at that, of course they should be yelled at. But cutting ties with their own mother?
See, that's exactly the problem. Stop talking nonsense and explain this to me. You must know something. They're all saying it's because I was rude to you or something ridiculous like that. What's so ridiculous about it? Oh, do you not understand the meaning of rude? Maybe that word's not in your dictionary. I know what it means. What I don't understand is how being rude to a worthless daughter-in-law could be grounds for cutting ties with her own mother. The fact that you don't see the problem pretty much says it all. Don't be ridiculous. What's so rude about giving a failed daughter-in-law the education she needs? What's wrong with that? It's scary that you actually believe that. But to put it simply, it's because you disowned me. What? So what? You basically cut me off, didn't you? Cut you off? You were never part of this family to begin with. You're worthless because you can't even have kids. I was nice enough to keep you around as free labor. But then you got all mad and actually left. I don't need trash like that. Exactly. And that's the point. What? You said it yourself. I'm not part of this family. So that means I'm not connected to your relatives either, right? Which also means I have no obligation to help them out financially. What? What do you mean help them out financially? Wait, don't tell me you've been mooching off my family. You parasite? No, it's the opposite. What? Opposite? I've been the one supporting them financially. What? That's impossible. Impossible or not, it's the truth. Stop lying. There's no way you're in any position to support others. Why are you so sure about that? Because you're worthless and can't even have kids. And you expect me to believe you're supporting people? Give me a break. Well, believe it or not, I run my own company. What? You? Running a company? You're lying. When you first came to meet the family, you were just an employee. I started the company with a friend right after that, and business has been booming. We recently moved to a bigger office. Didn't Matt mention it? Now that you say it, he might have said something like that. See? But I thought it was just some dumb joke. How could someone like you be running a company? That's what I'd like to know. Why do you keep looking down on me? Why? Because you're worthless and can't have kids. Someone like you running a company? That has nothing to do with it. And for the record, it's not that I can't have kids. It's just that my company is at a crucial stage right now, and I don't have the time to focus on pregnancy, childbirth, and raising a child. So Matt and I agreed to use contraception for now and plan it for later. What? So, it's true? You're really supporting them? That's what I've been saying, isn't it? How pathetic. Having to rely on someone else for support? I'm sure they'd rather not hear that from you. Aren't you the one living off your kids' money? I've told you, it's their duty as children to support their parents. Well, in reality, it seems like I've been the one taking care of most of it. Do you have anything to say about that? Ugh. They're all doing their best, you know. Even with such a huge burden to carry, everyone's giving it their all. What? A burden? I'm talking about you, obviously. What? That's ridiculous. You constantly criticize everything they do, no matter what it is. You nitpick, drag them down, and yet you sit there expecting nothing but praise in return. You're the textbook definition of a toxic parent. If that's not a burden, I don't know what is. Why do you have to listen to such awful things? I'm just pointing out the facts, unlike you. How dare you? And why wasn't I informed about any of this? Well, probably because they don't trust you. What? They don't trust me, their own mother? That's impossible. I can't understand how you can even think that. But here we are, with them cutting you off completely.
That's because you threatened them. You dangled the idea of cutting off their financial support and forced them to cut ties with me. Those poor kids, being forced to cut ties with their own mother? How heartless can you be?
No. They were absolutely thrilled. They were glad to finally have an excuse to cut ties with you.
What? That's impossible.
It makes perfect sense to me. You're just a parasite with no productivity.
A parasite with no productivity? That's just too cruel.
Those were your words to me, remember?
I didn't.
What was it you said? A woman's worth is determined by how many kids she has, right? But it doesn't really matter how many kids you have, if they all end up hating you, does it?
You...
What?
All right, fine.
What?
I said fine.
What do you mean?
I'll acknowledge you as my daughter.
What are you talking about?
Maybe I was a little too hasty. I'll admit that. So let's just put this behind us and move on. Tell the kids to resume their financial support. Or better yet, you can just give it to me directly. Actually, getting it from both would be even better. After all, I've been through so much emotional pain, so it's only fair.
You really are something else.
What? I'm willing to acknowledge you as my daughter, you know. Isn't that what you've always wanted?
And which me are you referring to? The one who's a parasite with no productivity?
What? I'm offering to meet you halfway, and this is how you respond?
Meeting me halfway is just a nuisance, and you're not even close to meeting me halfway.
What do you want me to do then?
First, you should apologize.
Apologize? Me?
Who else would?
Why should I apologize to you?
Okay, I'm done here.
Wait, fine. I'm sorry. I admit, maybe I wasn't completely blameless. There. Happy now?
Not even close.
What? I apologized, didn't I?
Where was the apology in that? If you're truly sorry, you should be on your knees apologizing. Not just to me, but to everyone in the family. Then maybe, just maybe, I'll consider forgiving you.
You...
Well, unless you don't want to, of course.
This... Fine. You want me on my knees?
Really?
Yes. Give me your address. I'll come over and apologize in person.
Fine. I'll send it to you now.
I'll be there soon. You just wait. Serves you right. You'll be crying with regret for making me angry.
What are you talking about?
You got all cocky just because you're a daughter-in-law? You should be the one apologizing, not me.
You seem really excited about something.
What's with that attitude? Are you still at work or something? That's no fun. But just wait until you get home. You're in for a big surprise.
What? I'm at home right now.
What? How could you not notice? I did whatever I wanted at your house.
What did you do?
Take a look for yourself. I scattered trash all over your yard, smashed all your windows, and threw some dog poop I found on the street at your front door. I also spray painted your car and smashed it up with a bat. And those fancy golf clubs in the garage, I broke them all. By the way, golf is such an old person's hobby.
Wait, golf clubs? We don't have any golf clubs. And we live in an apartment, so we don't even have a garage.
What?
Did you maybe go to the wrong house?
No way. I followed the address you sent me.
Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. I sent you the wrong address.
What? Then whose house did I just...
Uh-oh. This is bad. That house belongs to some crime family boss.
What? A crime family? Are you saying I trashed a gangster's house?
Yikes. You really messed up this time. There's no turning back now.
You did this on purpose, didn't you?
What? What are you talking about?
You sent me the wrong address on purpose, and it was a gangster's house.
Oh, come on. Don't make baseless accusations. You said you were going to apologize. Who would have guessed you were planning an attack?
You're not serious.
By the way, do you think you're okay? Houses like that probably have security cameras. Even if no one was home, there's likely footage of you trashing the place. They might even be looking for you right now.
Do something.
Why should I?
This is all your fault.
How is this my fault? It's clearly all you're doing from start to finish. I thought you were a trashy person, but I didn't realize you were the kind that would throw yourself out. I guess I can give you credit for that.
How dare you call me trash?
I'm just repeating what you said to me. Anyway, goodbye.
Wait! I'm terrified that the gangsters are after me. Please, answer me.
She kept calling me, terrified that the gangsters were after her. She was so persistent that I ended up booking her a hotel. I told her she had to take responsibility for her actions. Then, I consulted a lawyer who advised on the best course of action. Eventually, she turned herself in to the police. The investigation gathered all the evidence, and she faced the legal consequences. Our family wasn't held liable for any damages, and she ended up being responsible for everything. The compensation amount was much higher than she anticipated, so she'll have to work for the rest of her life to pay it off. After years of acting arrogantly, she was abandoned by her entire family and will spend her old age alone and miserable. While there are many lessons to be learned, I'm grateful that justice prevailed in the end.